Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Auto Repair Marketing Podcast. And welcome to our stand ins for Brian Walker while he is out. My name's Haley. I'm the Chief Operating Officer standing in for Brian today. And I also have my guest, Caroline LeGrand, with me, our Chief Marketing Officer. So, welcome, Caroline.
Thank you.
And before we get started on this episode of the 5 reasons you should be meta verified, let's take a minute to thank our sponsors.
ShopBoss is software built by shop owners for shop owners. ShopBoss offers real solutions backed by real experience. Simply put, it's shop management software that works your way. When customers are in the lobby and cars are on the lift, you don't have time for a learning curve. That's where ShopBoss comes in, with profit-boosting features that work the way you need them to right out of the box. From built-in DVI to robust customizable reporting, ShopBoss makes everything about running a shop work more smoothly. Plus, with their Boss Pay Payments feature powered by 360 Payments, you can enter the era of totally paperless payments. From text to pay, remote payments, and consumer financing options, to compliance, surcharging, and now even offering PayPal and Venmo options. Everything is built right into ShopBoss. Plus, everything is backed by a fantastic support team with one goal in mind: your success. Be the boss with ShopBoss. Independent auto repair shops, get ready to transform your business with AppFueled. It's time for your professional auto service shop to have its own customer loyalty app. AppFueled will build an app that launches a custom loyalty program for your shop in 30 days or less, fully integrated with your point of sale system. Bring Fortune 500 level customer retention strategies to your business without the Fortune 500 budget. Many shops are enjoying the benefits. Our app engages your customers with a loyalty ladder, enticing them to climb the next rung, coming back more often and spending more each visit, all with your own app. Build loyalty with your customers to your brand and boost your shop's growth. Get your first app in 30 days or less, all without breaking the bank. Ready to start? Let AppFueled take your business to the next level. Go to appfueled.com or meet founder Jeremy Glasgow and book your complimentary app vision session at appfueled.com/Jeremy. That's appfueled.com/Jeremy.
All right, Caroline, welcome. Thanks for asking me to do this with you. I'm kind of out of the social media realm of things now, but I brought this idea of meta verified back into your world a few months ago after I attended MACON, and it turned out to be a really great thing for us. So I'm happy to have you talk about the 5 reasons why a shop should be meta verified.
Yeah, I remember when we've talked about it a lot as an agency and the social media team and the leadership team about should we be meta verified? You and I have taught classes on Facebook and were asked during the class, should I be meta verified? And we usually were defaulting back to no most of the time.
Mhm.
Even when people were asking in our Facebook group, should you be meta verified? Should I have this for my shop? Should I have this for myself? We kept coming back saying like, unless you're a big brand, like unless you're a Chris Enright, it might not make sense for you. But that was based on the research we had done and what we could see from Meta, Facebook, like what information they give you when you go to the webpage to say, okay, yeah, let me try and become Meta verified. Um,
And I
so
feel like that was early on in meta verification becoming a thing, right? We know on Instagram for the longest time, you could get verified if you were some kind of public figure, like a
Right.
celebrity or a politician or whatever it may be. You could get that blue check mark. And then they started offering the blue check mark to anyone and everyone. I think that would essentially pay for it, maybe. And then that trickled over into Facebook. And I feel like that there was this kind of idea around it that it was still just for those quote unquote public figures or those people who were more prominent on social media, like a Chris Enright in our industry. So I think that's the reason we got asked about it so much. And like you said, all of our research was turning up that there weren't there weren't this overwhelming amount of benefits that you would be getting from this. And then I went to MACON, and we at MACON I had dinner with another agency who talked about being meta verified, and they gave specific examples of why them being meta verified got them through a Facebook ads hack, which the podcast we just released previously, Brian and I, was all about our Google Ads hack.
Yeah.
And so they walked me through basically the extra support that blue check mark got them during their Facebook hack. And I immediately went to Caroline and connected her with that agency that I talked to for her to get the full story on it. And Caroline, tell us what your research turned up, your new research, your conversation with that agency, and then, start walking us through why should people be meta verified.
Yeah, it started for, I think, basically, like you said, public officials or celebrities to say that, like, this is the official Instagram of this person. Any other Instagram or Facebook page you see that says that you're the royal family, that is not actually the royal family. The verified one is the royal family. And you messaged me late one night, like texting me, you're like, we need to get meta verified. I'm like, no, we don't, Haley. I've looked into this so many times. You're like, no, I swear we do. I'm talking to this person at dinner right now. Like, just give it a shot again. And so I go back to the page and nothing has really changed on like the actual meta page. We'll drop it in the notes, but nothing has changed there as far as what it says it's getting you. Maybe a couple things, but as far as what we were looking for as a business, let me rephrase that, as a marketing agency that has multiple Facebook pages and ad accounts linked to our business manager, I didn't see where it was going to be beneficial for us to have just our Facebook page
Right.
verified. At that time, there was no way to verify your business profile or your business portfolio is already verified per se. You have to do
Mhm.
your license and address verification and business verification, but it's
Basically,
not.
just to prove you're a real business, right?
Right. Yeah, just prove that you're a real business. It's not to give you any extra added benefits or anything like that.
Mhm.
You're not paying for it, but there's now business certification, which we're looking into, but I think that would be more for the business portfolios to have this kind of equal version of
Right.
being meta verified. But I looked back into it for just simple verifying the page. And I met with Amy, I think was her name, and we talked
Mhm.
about the meta verification because everything that I was saying that it doesn't seem like it's going to help us with, like, it says that there's impersonation protection, but which would protect you from having people being able to like hack into your account or say that they're you if they're not you, or connect to a page one way or another if they're not actually that person. Didn't really matter to us because people in our company only have access to our page or to client pages through the business manager. So it doesn't matter if it's just our page or enhanced support. If we only have enhanced support for the Shop Marketing Pros page, that doesn't help us if a client has issues. It's much
Or
more
even if
often that a
our
client has issues than a Shop Marketing Pros page having issues. Or I think you were going to add if a team member of ours is having issues, maybe doing something or gets blocked or kicked out for some reason in the business
basically,
portfolio.
it sounds like it doesn't. At the time, what we thought is it sounded like it didn't give us any benefits for our business portfolio, which is what we use to manage our teams that have access to our portfolio and also our clients' pages. We were looking at it from a realm of how will this help us gain support, get protection for our clients' pages that are connected to our business portfolio if something were to happen, and it didn't seem like that was the case. It seemed like what you're saying is it just applied to the Shop Marketing Pros business page, and that's all.
Yes, and that's still correct. So
Okay.
us doing this podcast may make Facebook change their mind about how they handle this, but that is still correct. But what I had talked to Amy about is that they only had their company page verified, but having their company page verified didn't give them the same level of protection or access to support or anything that for all of their client pages, but it did give them still priority access to
Mhm.
support to work on behalf of their client pages.
Right.
So, getting into, I guess, the five main things, the overview of them is enhanced support, improve security, the impersonation protection, which I'm going to say is different than security or support because security, I'm talking specifically like hack,
Yeah.
hack
Yeah.
protection. Um, Four is links and content and how your content is shared. And five is going to be search optimization and featured profiles. So what I was talking to Amy about is like, it doesn't matter for us. I was thinking about it from the company standpoint of it needs to be beneficial for like everybody in the company. If it's just us, do we need it too? And she was hands down, yes, y'all 1,000% do, because it allowed them to, as I just said, like have that protection across the board. So
Yeah.
these 5 things don't apply to, because we're verified, don't inherently apply to every page in our business manager. So to our clients, I'm sorry, but this is why you should meta verify your own page. They also suggested we only needed to verify our Facebook, not our Facebook and our Instagram, because
Mm.
they're connected in the account center. So ultimately, when it comes to enhanced support, by the time that you're on support or submitting a chat or on a phone call, because you are attached to the page that has a verification, it doesn't matter what page you're asking about, if it's a Facebook page, an Instagram page, as long as it's another page that maybe you are connected to, support was helpful.
Yeah.
And that was beneficial for us on our end, but there could still be limitations. So when it comes to shops who want their page verified and want that protection, that's going to give you that direct access. Or if you're not working with a marketing agency, you have everything in house, or if you're a multi location business, you might want to look into that Meta Business certification instead so that you know everything is protected. But it gives you enhanced support so that you're able to, we know so many clients have asked us before, like, can't you just call Facebook? Can't you just call Google? And you probably don't want to, anyways, actually. But if I could, I probably wouldn't, but you can't. And
Right.
having this improved, enhanced access gives you the opportunity to get on chat immediately. And depending on the level, I think the first 2 or 3 levels don't allow a phone call, but when you get into the higher levels of the verification options, you can request that phone call and request that escalation.
Right.
Usually you can still request that escalation regardless. We have gotten on the phone with Facebook multiple times before by having to push things down the line, and that hasn't necessarily changed. But I think it might just be easier if you're at that higher level.
This seems to definitely get you more priority, which is what when Amy and I were having this conversation at Maycon hooked me to begin with. Because yes, it is possible to get someone on the phone with Facebook, but it's not immediate. They make you jump through a few hoops before getting that person on the phone. And sometimes you may never get someone on the phone. I still think that getting someone on the phone with Facebook or Google, like I mentioned in my podcast with Brian about the Google hack, like you got to be really lucky to get someone on the phone with either of those platforms. And it sounds that the main benefit of this, particularly for us, is that priority level of support, and being able to use our Meta Verified badge to talk to support to get help for our clients if needed, which
Yeah.
we honestly do run into a lot. Um,
Like
so,
account transfers or
mhm,
the at not whoa, page transfers, the page ownership
right.
transfers, page ownership disputes that we got that to be like a streamlined, easygoing process almost. We're like, here's documentation, bada bing, bada boom, send it in.
But sometimes it gets stuck.
Sometimes it just gets stuck and it doesn't help. So I don't know that we've experienced that since we have our verification, but it
Mhm,
will help. And to give everybody an idea, again, there are 4 levels of verification:
yeah,
standard, plus, premium, and max. From the outside view, nobody's ever going to know what level of verification
mhm,
you have. All of those levels get the blue check mark, but within them is different price points and different benefits depending on how you're using your page and what's going to work best for you. We are right in the mid range, so that covers our account and should give us the access we need to still help assist client pages when needed. And that's probably like that standard or plus is most likely what I would suggest for most shop owners who just want to verify their shop page. Premium and max are for like major brands, major pages that is probably a business entity in itself. They're not a marketing agency that has other client pages in there, but they themselves are a huge
right.
corporation that maybe has in-house marketing. That's where you would want that like highest level of protection.
So
That request a phone call only happens in the premium and max options, but like I said,
mm.
there's a couple of differences throughout them. what my understanding is it doesn't matter what level of verification you have. When you're on support, they're usually not going back to check, oh, sorry, you're only a standard verification member. I can't help you with this.
We can't get on the
They see
phone
that
with
check
you.
mark. Yeah, they see that check mark and they do what they need to do.
Yeah. So, Caroline, talk to me about the process to get meta verified because I remember you went through the process, but I was also receiving the emails and I was shocked at how quick it was. So, talk to me. I don't know the behind the scenes steps that you took. So, tell me what that is like.
I pretty much clicked a button.
Okay.
It was very simple. Probably because we already have our business account, that our Facebook page is the main like priority page of our
Hmm.
business portfolio that is verified. We have our like business ID in there, but like tax business ID, I'm pretty sure,
Hmm.
address, people, they have phone numbers, they've gotten the like driver's license, things like that. So I guess I should have remembered specifically, but I clicked the button, said that I want to subscribe to this. It is a monthly subscription, and that annoys me just as much as it annoys y'all. And I can get on my soapbox about how it's crazy, and they're probably just gonna. It changes the world in so many ways in the long term. But the point of this is, you can feel that way about it, and that's understandable. But if you want to protect your business and that is an asset, you probably should do this. There are low cost options.
Yeah.
You click subscribe, you confirm that like you're logged into the right account and the page that you're trying to verify. And they, for us, it was easy. I think it was verified like within 24 hours. They just say they're
I
going to
feel
let you
like
know.
less.
It might have been like 1 hour, if that. They just emailed us and said you're verified. And so I would think that maybe if you're getting kickbacks or you need to provide more documentation, it could be that you're a newer page. You're
Hmm.
not super active. Maybe you don't have any information attached to your personal profile that built the page, whatever it may be. But it doesn't really, honestly, though, you're paying them. So I don't think that they're trying to be too particular about who they're letting get verified and who they're not. If you want me to be honest, it's not the same way it was when it goes back to this is the official royal family Facebook page or
Right.
Instagram. If you're willing to pay, they're probably willing to verify you as long as you're adhering to best practices and policies and like terms
Yeah.
and agreements and not getting put in Facebook jail.
Well, and I would think too, I mean, just basic Facebook hygiene, like you said, not getting put in Facebook jail. So I would think the things that would make this process go so quickly and more smoothly and what probably made it go quickly and more smoothly for us is like you said, one, our business portfolio is already verified. We have already proven that we are a real business, a real agency behind that portfolio. So I would suggest probably starting there in your business portfolio if you have not verified your business portfolio already. And then also making sure that the correct personal profile is attached as an admin or an owner to your business page. In previous podcasts, we talk about this and we teach about this a lot, particularly in our social media and Facebook classes and podcasts, is you have to manage a business page through a personal profile. I know that is so controversial because some people are so anti Facebook, which trust me, we get, but there's no other way to have a business page. So, like Caroline said, ensuring that your business page is connected to a personal profile and you're not using that personal profile for
Getting
shady
put in
things.
Facebook jail.
Yeah, you're not saying controversial things that'll get you locked out or put in jail because that does affect the hygiene of whatever business page you're connected to and ultimately your business portfolio. And if you
We
don't
worked
know
with
what we're talking about,
yeah, I was gonna say we
when
might be going towards the same thing. Go ahead.
yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about when we throw out all of these terms like business portfolio, business page, personal profile, we do teach a class on this. We teach it pretty often as a webinar. We teach it at conferences. We've done multiple podcasts about it, but it's what we're essentially talking about is the proper setup and structure of your business on Facebook.
Yes. Even if you're confused about Facebook jail, we were going in different directions actually. And you're like, well, how does this matter? I want to be able to go on Facebook and do whatever I want and share whatever I want. And my page is separate from my business's page. It is until it isn't. Facebook doesn't see it that way. They're linked. So, for example, we've worked with a business who, on their personal page, the business owner kept getting put in Facebook jail because he kept posting things or commenting things that were getting flagged, and like they
Mhm.
should have been. It was things that just weren't appropriate to be sharing on social media. It's a privately owned company, so they have the right to tell you that you can't post certain things. Freedom of speech doesn't fully apply here. But because of that, it doesn't. I've wrote a whole article about this in college. It's
I mean,
fascinates me.
as we know.
Yeah. But his ad account ultimately got flagged and disabled, and he was unable, we as his business were unable to run ads for him because
Mhm.
his ad account existed in our business manager, and it was just shared access with us in there. But because it was ultimately attached to his personal page and it kept going in Facebook jail, they were like, you're not following practices, you're getting in too much trouble, you're not running ads, we don't trust you.
And I would assume that that could also probably keep you from getting meta verified too. If you, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm calling it like good Facebook hygiene. I don't even know if that's the real term for it, but I would assume that if your business page is connected or managed by a profile that is constantly in and out of Facebook jail, as we call it will, I would think, make it harder for you to get that blue check mark. So, Caroline, you mentioned something about multi location organizations and why verified versus certified. Is that what you said?
Yeah, so verified is your business page, either your business page or your personal page, if your personal page is a creator page. So it has to be,
Okay.
I don't think like my personal Caroline LeGrand profile can be verified, but Shop Marketing Pro is a business profile or page can be verified. Or individuals who are people and they're using their regular Facebook page, you add as a friend as a creator profile can be verified. Business certification is verifying the business portfolio or certifying the business portfolio, because to have a business portfolio, you have to go through a verification process. That's not blue check verified. That is, you're a legit business. We allow you to have a business portfolio verified. So the business certification is a newer thing. Wendy mentioned it and
Mm.
she's looking into it. So I haven't gotten a big update on it yet. But the idea would be that although our Facebook page is verified, maybe our business portfolio where we host and house all of our assets and get access to all of our client assets, that can be certified. It's kind of like being Google search certified, where a certain number of people in your company have to have taken a test and passed at a certain level to say we understand best practices and we adhere to them and we know what we're doing. And I
Mhm.
think that was what I got from it. But from there, that could include higher protection, or it could just be you're a certified Facebook partner. That's what we're looking a little bit more into, which wouldn't necessarily apply for a multi-location business. If you're a multi-location business and you have multiple Facebook pages within one business portfolio, which is how we would suggest setting it up, or those location pages, again, because they're going to be connected, I would say you can probably get away with one verification on maybe your main page or the oldest business locations page
Right.
and go from there. It should still give you some access so long as those pages are connected the way that they're meant to be, or that they're all in the same business manager and have similar owners and admins across the board. If they just exist completely separately, they're probably not going to do much for you. You should have one for each business
Mhm.
page. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, lastly, talk to me about why this would help SEO or search engine optimization.
Yes. So when it comes to having links in your content and search optimization, Facebook recently came out with an update where regular pages, you can only have, I think, 2 or 4 links in your captions.
Mm.
So if you are not verified, that is the case. If you are verified, they don't care. And so in that case, what we are doing for clients that don't have that is adding the link into the comments. Otherwise, it either just won't post properly or it's going to get messed up in the algorithm, or it just won't post at all if it's getting flagged, or it won't hyperlink. It's going to be like Instagram where you put a link, nobody can click it. It doesn't really do anything for you. So being verified at any level allows you to still keep those links in your captions rather than in the comments or elsewhere,
Mhm.
which all of your content in general on social media, it's like Facebook and Meta, Facebook and Instagram. are able to be crawled by sites like Google that are trying to pull
Mhm.
citations for your rankings to improve your rankings, validate, give them trust signals that you're a legit, credible business with updated information coming out. So when you as a business maybe have a blog on your website and it got published a couple weeks ago talking about break service. And then you take the blog and you start making social media posts about that blog, educating your customers and your followers on why they need break service, how to know if they need break service, anything like that. The more information you put in that caption without, let me disclaimer, without putting the entire blog in the caption and doing the absolute most, but the more information you're able to give is going to help link back metaphorically to the content on your website. But when you are able to include that link in the caption as well to say, if you want to learn more, go read the blog here. Or if you need break service after reading this, you can schedule here, and you're linking that back to your website. Your Facebook and Instagram, all your social media profiles are some very strong citations for Google, which means that it's another entity online that includes your business's name, address, and phone number, or NAP. And
Yep.
so when that post includes the link, it's realizes the website's there, realizes the phone address and name of the business are all the same, and it can help improve your SEO rankings.
Rank you higher. Kim.
The last bit of how verification is almost vital nowadays, and this is the part that could put people back on the soapbox and that y'all are going to hate, but don't shoot the messenger. It's what Facebook is doing now. And if we want to stay on
Yeah.
Facebook in front of people, we've got to do it for now at least, and that is that pages that are verified are getting prioritization in the algorithm
Yep.
and becoming featured. So when you're scrolling through Facebook and maybe if you're on a desktop, there's a lot more going on the sides and the tabs besides just your news feed in the middle. Or if you're on your phone and you're in different tabs, maybe you'll see different things coming up. You'll see featured or suggested profiles. You're
Mhm.
going to be one that would definitely come up for somebody if you're a verified business. And when it comes to the search optimization having to do with your algorithm online, when people are searching you, that citation is stronger, but they care about it more if you're verified. And then in Facebook itself, it's impacting the algorithm. So if you're a verified page, and say there's 2 shops in your town, you're verified, the other one's not, there's probably a few more things that go into this in the algorithm, right? So if y'all test this and I'm completely wrong, please let us know so we can figure out what else works in it. But what they say is that you're going to be prioritized in the algorithm. So
Mhm.
ideally, 2 equal following, equal engagement shops in the same area that the same person follows both of them, the verified shop's content should show up first in their algorithm.
Right.
So they're going to see it first.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like that rounds it out perfectly. You'll notice Shop Marketing Pros has the blue check mark now. And we are making this podcast, and Caroline's talking all about this because we have kind of changed our tune on that blue check mark. And we do think that in a lot of ways it could be beneficial for shops to at least look into and consider that if the points Caroline made would be beneficial to their shop. We'll, of course, link the Meta Verified page in the show notes for you to read about and determine for your shop, for yourself. But Caroline, thanks for dropping all the blue check knowledge with us today.
Yeah, of course. It's kind of like insurance. You don't need it until you do.
So
And
you do.
so, um, thinking of others like a security example, if your page has ever been hacked, or I know in classes we've been asked if people recommend this because they had another business in their community completely ripping off their content and what can they
Yeah.
do? Or we've had clients who their personal profile got hacked and it took over their business page that no level of trying to call Facebook was able to help that, but verification should do that. So
Yep.
it's a necessary evil almost, it's a protection, and you don't need it until you do need it, and that's the type of thing, but that's where it's an individual decision, but we hope we've given you some good options to consider if this is something you've been wondering or looking at so you can hear our official take on it. As Haley said, we've decided to do this for ourselves. We think that it is worth it, but we're curious to see if you have any thoughts on them or other conversations. Join us in the Auto Repair Marketing Mastermind Facebook group and let us know what you think, and or if you've been verified and it's been great or terrible. We want to know all of the information so we can continue to keep people updated.
Yep. Well, thanks for having me on to host in place of Brian, and thanks for dropping the knowledge. And to our listeners, thanks again for listening to the Auto Repair Marketing Podcast on the Automotive Repair Podcast Network. There are some other great shows on the network as well, and you can find them at automotiverepairpodcastnetwork.com or on their free mobile app, which you can find on the website to listen ad free. Until then, you'll notice Caroline and I are dressed for Mardi Gras. So we are going to hit the Mardi Gras route in Louisiana to celebrate. But next week, you can tune in for another episode. And for you guys, until then, go
Go
fill those
fill those
bays.
days. That was okay. Let's run it back.
Do I have to do the whole outro again?
No. Just y'all can keep this in. Even we don't have to cut this out. This is funny. Until then, go fill those
bays. Nope.
Maybe the
Maybe
audio
next
is not
time.
working. Yeah. Go fill those bays, y'all. Happy Mardi Gras. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.